Chapter 16 on the ritual prayer. You must pray as soon as the time for each prayer comes. You should perform your ablutions and come to the mosque by the time of the adhan for the obligatory prayers. When you do not, you should at least begin to get ready for the prayer immediately upon hearing the call. The Prophet, may blessings and peace be upon him, has said, "The superiority of the beginning of the time assigned to each prayer over its end is like the superiority of the hereafter over this world. And at the beginning of the period is the good pleasure of God, and at its end is His forgiveness. Take care always to perform the regular sunnahs described in the law, which are those before the obligatory prayer and those after. Beware of missing any of them out of complacency, and if ever you do miss any with an excuse, then perform them as soon as possible. Have reverence and an attentive heart when you pray. Perfect your standing, intone the Quran, and meditate on it. Perfect your bowing, prostration, and all the other essential acts. Be careful also to observe those sunnahs and good manners which are indicated in the law, and avoid anything that may either impair the prayer or just prevent it from being perfect. If you conform to this, your prayer will emerge white and glowing, and it will say, 'May God safeguard you as you have safeguarded me.' Otherwise, it will come out black and dark, and will say, 'May God ruin you as you have ruined me.' The Prophet has said, may blessings and peace be upon him, only that of which the believer is conscious during his prayer is credited to him. Al-Hasan al-Basri, may God be pleased with him, has said, every prayer in which the heart is not attentive is nearer to punishment than it is to reward. Satan, may God curse him, is intent on distracting the believer during his prayer, so that the moment he rises to pray, he opens for him many doors into worldly affairs, and reminds him of things which were not at all on his mind before. The repudiate's aim is to distract him from concentrating on God and approaching him, for if a person misses these, he will also miss God's approach to him, and may even come out of his prayer burdened. This is why the scholars, may God have mercy on them, recommended that the one about to enter his prayer recite قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ as a protection against Satan. You must not confine yourself to the same surahs at the same times, except when indicated in the law, as for instance, Surah As-Sajda and Al-Insan on Friday mornings. You must also take care not to confine yourself to short surahs, such as Al-Kafirun, Al-Ikhlas, Al-Falaq, and An-Nas. If you lead the congregational prayer, you should make it brief, as is recommended in the hadith of Mu'ad, may God be pleased with him, who once led a prayer and prolonged it so much that a man went to the Messenger of God, may blessings and peace be upon him, and complained. The Prophet said to him, "Are you a worker of sedition, O Mu'ad? Recite Sabbih isma rabbika al-a'la, wash-shamsi wa duhaha, and wal-layli idha yaghshaha." Anyone who looks into the books of hadith will recognize the truth of what we have said. It has been related that the last prayer that the Messenger of God led, may blessings and peace be upon him, was a sunset prayer, in which he recited وَالْمُرْسَلَاتِ عُرْفًا, and God guides whom He will to a straight path.